Good morning, everyone. Also, good morning for the people on Zoom. I guess we have some. We tried to record the session and we'll do our best with the Zoom setup. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, we will start with a quick introduction and then we have probably at 9-ish the first speaker, but we'll go through. So yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm glad you found the way here to the kind of second event Vision Neuromorphic workshop here at IROS. Let's see if this works. So like maybe why this workshop? So I guess most of you are familiar that the topic is becoming more attention. I copy pasted this graph from Guillermo Gallego's website, and this is like the number of publications. At least he has like his spreadsheet where he kind of, I guess, manually kind of collects from journals, papers, and so on. And there's certainly a trend, like other kind of evidence why we see that the topic becomes increasingly popular, but also a bit more mature. There was recently a special issue on TRO, and they're also like almost at every bigger computer vision conference, like a workshop. So at the ICCB, which still runs, I guess, and there was also a workshop. And so it's kind of evident that event-based vision is the thing people are using. And so I had the idea to do this workshop with the motivation that my work usually doesn't fit computer vision conferences because my focus on my own research is on real-time applications with no neural network. And that seems like not really what CVPR, ICCV, ECCV, and so on, its main audience would like. And I kind of then looked and realized that there were not really event or neuromorphic workshops at robotics conferences where I usually go. And yeah, so I kind of wrote a bunch of people who are in a similar field. And we came up with the idea that it would actually be cool to have a workshop which especially focuses on neuromorphic and stuff that works on real robots. But also for people who may be thinking about neuromorphic or event cameras or working with simulators or data sets who are like curious, like how is it, and to kind of have an exchange here of how to get event cameras or spiking neural network, whatever. I mean, neuromorphic is pretty broad term. Like, how can this be applied to real robots? Yes. Do you want to?
Yeah. Thanks. Hey everybody. I'm Aaron, another organizer. So I just also wanted to share maybe like a bit of insights into what we kind of discussed when we wanted to put together a workshop for event cameras on Neuromorphic in a robotics conference. And this is kind of a bit of an experience from my experience of starting to work with event cameras. So what we're looking for is like, okay, a robot needs to be real time. We want to use the event camera to be able to be like responsive, act fast, have low processing, and be able to be kind of really reactive. And at the start, I think this is true. So this is the first robotics paper. This is Jörg Konrad's robotics paper. He's meant to be here, but he's not yet. So I can say whatever I want about it. Yeah, so this is one of the first papers of robotics with event camera I read in 2014. And so he's got this Roomba-like robot doing SLAM with FE3 type motion, looking at the ceiling with an event camera. It's got one of the first DVS at this point. It was just a 128 DVS at that. And the robot's driving 10 centimeters a second. And this is really good. He said, okay, we're making 20K events per second. My small laptop can process 50K events per second. So we're really real time. And a lot of papers here, we saw this real time. I think after this, a lot of papers started coming out, just putting real time in the title for event cameras for a number of years. But But then as event cameras started getting out into the world and a lot more people started using them, I actually had students like Andreas had this problem. Also professors coming, talking to me saying, yeah, I got the event camera, but it's really slow. I mean, I can't process all this data. It's not kind of working. And you can see this is a situation we have kind of in this year. This is like this is the M3D, which came out maybe a couple of years ago now. But you can see I grabbed this one because it's got the high resolution cameras, the 1 megapixel camera. It's got stereo, so there's a lot of data. It's got other sensors you might want to fuse this with. So we're doing robotics. We might not just have like one event camera. We might have a lot of different sensors. And we're going to put it on one of these robots that are now like walking along a quadruped or something, it's bumping up and down, making a lot of data. And so in my experience, just with one camera now moving, I get 20 to 50 million events per second. And the point that I had was like, okay, are we really real time? And what do we need to make this really run reactive for robotics? That's a bit of my experience, just to give a flavor for one of the issues that we have thought about for this workshop, and possibly a question we can discuss in the panel session at the end of this morning.
Yes, thanks, Aaron, for kind of giving a bit of an idea or a question we can process through the workshop. Yeah, a few words and not too many about the organizers. I mean, all of them have a research website where you can read their amazing journeys, which most of them really are or have. Yeah, it's me. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Tübingen. We have Aaron at IIT, he's a senior researcher there. And we have Toby, who I guess invented the DBS, and Julia from the University of Applied Science in Zurich, who is also in the whole event Neuromorphic since decades. I kind of first met her in a meeting when she was still at Intel, and then she introduced me to Toby. And then we have Sebastian Notte at the University of Lübeck. He does a lot of like intelligence and SLM stuff. Then Julia, who is now a professor in Prague at the Czech Technical University. Does a lot of bio-inspired things. And great to work with here. Then we have Luca and Perez at the University of Manchester. I think he's also a bit more bio-inspired. When it comes from that way. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. And then we have Jiangxi Zhao, who I think did her PhD also at INI and is now here in China also doing more neuromorphic research. And like the ones in blue, so me, Aaron, and Julia and are all here. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. We have a couple of very nice speakers, so it was for me very important to have not only like the normal academic speakers, and which we have with Guido and Jörg. We also have someone from industry, Mina from Synsense, and which I think is also kind of nice to have someone from industry, that we're not just in this academic bubble, but also to see like how this technology actually can be transferred to products, and which maybe then if more customers are using it, then maybe more mass production, it gets cheaper and so on. And I'm also happy that we have two more junior researchers with Luna Gaffa from IIT and Schumann Ghosh from TU Berlin, and to also give them a stage. For the workshop schedule, which I'm not sure if we are not yet behind. Amazing. So we have at 9 Mina, and kind of talking about her work, and also probably a bit setting the stage for what can come. And then we have Luna and Schumann as we call it rising star speakers. For questions, maybe we can ask questions, but maybe keep like the questions, write it down that they can use it in the debate, because there I think it's maybe nice to see unless it's very specific to their work, but you can also probably discuss them with them and like individually. But like just the questions which are a bit broader, maybe save them for the debate interactive session, and towards the end that we have there some interaction. It would be nice that actually it's kind of a community event where we all maybe kind of discuss problems or get new ideas. That is not just the people in front here say something and you kind of sit back and enjoy. We certainly can do that, but it would be nice to have some participation. And we will then have spotlight talks from accepted papers. These are abstracts which we received and peer reviewed, and also papers which are and which got accepted at other conferences or journals. And then yeah, coffee break with a poster and demo session. And we actually have at least one demo, so that's very cool to see something actually and yeah, hopefully working. I heard they had some hardware issues, which is I guess the normal thing when you work with real hardware. And then afterwards, yeah, we have Guido and Jörg and giving their talk, and then the debate interactive session, which I think me and Julie and Aaron will a bit try to facilitate. And then in the closing, we will also try to get a best paper award. And so we have from the oh yeah on the last slide, I will acknowledge that the TC for actually sponsoring this, which is actually a good moment to maybe and move to their slide. And so the Technical Committee of Computer Robot Vision sponsors a Best Paper Award. We will and also see at the presentation about the poster. So kind of it's not just about the paper because we feel it's also important that you can present your work so that people understand it and not just having a great paper. And yeah, so we are very grateful that this TC has sponsored this and yeah, you might check them. And they also had an event this week, I think on Tuesday, where some of us were. And yeah, that's from my side. And now I guess I can switch the stage with